I have to apologize. I was born with a disfigurement where my head is made of the same material as the sun.
Hello, welcome to Wet the Flick. I'm Christy, this is Alonso, and we're going to play a little game. Because we're going to talk about Upstream Color. But it is so hard to describe Upstream Color, especially without trying to give anything away, that we're going to flip a coin. And we're going to see who gets that honor.
So call it in the air.
Okay. Heads.
Damn, you win.
Oh, okay, go get him.
Okay.
We know it takes place in Dallas.
It does take place in Dallas, because we both live there. Shane Carruth's new film, he directed, is it Primer or Primer?
I think it's Primer.
Okay, no one ever seems to agree on this.
Okay.
He directed Primer, and this is his long-awaited second film.
It's been 9 years since Primer.
And this one's about hypnosis, and worms, and pigs, and
public transit.
And public transit, and fraud, and ambient sounds, and
love.
Yeah. Take a look.
Is there a direction that you feel drawn?
I'm gonna go wherever you go. You know that.
Did you like Primer?
I did not like Primer.
Okay.
I have to say, I know a lot of it's a cult favorite and people dig that movie. I appreciate the sort of puzzle box nature of it and how it really makes you work to try and figure out what's going on and why and who everybody is and the, you know, the sort of crazy physics of it. But it's only a puzzle to me, that movie. I don't get invested in it in any other way.
Because you guys haven't seen Primer, a lot of the gimmick with Primer was that Shane Carruth made it for supposedly, what, $7,000?
That's the
and he's the ultra auteur, like writing, directing, shooting, did the score.
Starred in it,
everything. So.
And well, Primer's
same here too, though.
Yeah, exactly. Primer's a time travel movie, and so it gets into these very thick weeds about the nature of time travel and people encountering their own doubles and all that kind of stuff. This movie, I think, is sort of similarly obtuse. It will take multiple viewings, and I'm sure there will be websites devoted to what's actually happening in this movie. But I didn't care that I didn't know what was going on because I was just entranced by it. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful to look at. It's gorgeously shot. I don't point this out often in reviews, but the sound design
is exquisite.
Is extraordinary. Like the best sound design, like the you know, people think of, you know, Alan Splett is sort of the standard. In addition to being a running gag in the 1980 Academy Award show from Johnny Carson, he's the guy who designed a lot of the early Lynch films. He did Eraserhead and Elephant Man. He did The Black Stallion. That's which he won an Oscar for. And he died in the 90s. This is that level of just layers of music and ambient sound and dialogue and all this stuff going on, and it's extraordinary.
And some of it's actually relevant to the plot, because some of it, the person who is, well, he's a pig farmer.
The pig farmer
is also a sound designer, because he's like walking around recording things in the woods. For what?
I don't know.
No, is it for the worms? I don't know.
Dave and I saw this movie, and afterwards he was like, you know, he was trying to make it sound like he understood what was going on. And then I started asking, I said, well, so why is the pig farmer recording sounds? I don't know. I mean, you know, so yeah, I am a long way from knowing what the hell this movie's actually about or what's going on. But it you know, I was completely ensnared in it. You know, there are characters who have terrible things have happened to them in the past, and you come to realize that they have that in common, or there's a common thread as to why those things happened. There are these sort of beautiful but bizarre kind of biological shots of worms invading the, you know, what looks like a nervous system or something.
Some are beautiful, but then some of them are almost like something out of a Cronenberg film.
Yeah, no,
where you're seeing the worms like underneath the skin, and they're trying to cut them out.
Yeah. That was like where I was thinking of Bug. That, you know.
Oh yeah. And again, like I don't know that you can even tell what is real and what's a hallucination, because it all blends into one. And the way it's shot amplifies that, and the sound design amplifies that, so you feel like you're, I don't know, under hypnosis or hallucinating yourself.
Kind of, yeah. So it's one of those movies where you have to kind of go in ready to sort of surrender yourself to the film. Like, don't walk in thinking that you're going to get it, because you're not. I feel pretty secure in saying you're not going to get this movie after one viewing. But if you just sort of go with it and look at it and listen to it and experience it, I think you'll dig it because I have a low threshold for this kind of thing. I get bored really easily, but I really was in for it on this one, and I can't wait to see it again.
I would say beyond even just you'll dig it, like I found it to be this profoundly emotional experience that stuck with me, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And there's just like this longing to it, and this sadness, and these people who are so damaged, and they find each other, and may not even be able to fix each other because the damage is so irreparable. And there's the last shot is so poignant when there's the possibility of hope and peace for these people, and it's just a quiet, I'm not even gonna say what it is, it's just a quiet, very simple moment, and it's really powerful.
There is, surrounded by all this stuff that you may or may not be able to figure out, there is a human relationship at the core of this film, like a man and a woman. And yeah, their story is really compelling, even if you don't completely know how they got there or where they're going to go from there.
Because they don't know either.
They don't know either, exactly. Yeah. But just within the sphere that they create for themselves is thoroughly compelling. So this is, I believe Carruth is sort of self-distributing the film and taking it around city to city, pretty much.
I think he's setting up his own news conferences too. I think he's that hands-on that he's like micromanaging every element of what's going on here, but it works. So
anyway,
please go find it.
Yes, look for Upstream Color to open where you live, and go see it, and be caffeinated, and just be open to it. I think if you open yourself to this movie, you'll find a lot to love in it.
This is not a movie to wait for Netflix.
No,
this is a movie like if you live anywhere in driving distance of a theater where it's playing, it's really very much a theatrical
Especially
experience.
a theater with a good sound system.
Yes,
so what numbers? I give it an 8.8.
I give it a 9.2.
Whoa.
I love this movie. So our average is 9. It's at 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. So so good, but yeah, very, very challenging. And let us know what you think when you see it.
If you care about movies, this is a movie you're going to be talking about this year.